Good morning, Searcy High School. My name is Lexi Green and welcome to LTV. On today's show, we will have Kent Zarang with a story over the upcoming flu season. I have a story over students getting involved in this year's election, Lauren Smith with weather, and Jaden Jackson with our sport updates. Let's get going. If you have not turned in your parent-student responsibility form, please turn that into the office ASAP. Searcy High School will hold a flu immunization clinic on November 14th. Those participating in the flu clinic need to turn in their forms to the school nurse by today. Speaking of the flu, let's send it over to Kent Zarang, who caught up with the school nurse to get the inside information on the flu this year.
Flu season is right around the corner, and these hallways are a prime place to catch the virus. We sat down with the nurse and talked to some students about what makes the flu so easy to contract and what they do to avoid falling ill.
I do recommend the flu shot every year because the side effects, if you do get the actual flu, is so bad. It's normally a respiratory, which leads to pneumonia, and there have been several deaths cited already this year. They treat generally for late November, December, and January. The vaccine is good for 3 months. It takes 2 weeks to build an immunity. So you see that people start getting it around October, November.
With influenza being as treacherous as it is, it's important to know what precautionary steps to take to avoid getting the flu.
I use Germ-X, tried not to use handrails very often, and don't touch your face a lot.
To avoid getting it, the main objective would be to go ahead and get the shot so that your body builds an immunity.
Well, I take the flu shot, obviously, and I wash my hands, clean myself up, and avoid sick people.
Due to the complexity of the virus, there's a shroud of skepticism surrounding the vaccine's effectiveness. However, professionals still recommend the flu shot just to be safe.
I've heard that you get the flu either way because it's always changing, so I just would take my chances this week off school.
I believe it's serious because we're not sure exactly each year what strand may come through. It could be strand A, strand B. The vaccine is actually for strand B this year, but there are other strands that do come through. If you're running a fever, stay out of the public, wash your hands really good, cough into your elbow or something, not your hands, but hand washing would be the next step past the flu vaccine.
Well, now that flu season is upon us, I do recommend that you get your flu shot and that you keep your hands and face clean. Stay healthy, Searcy High School. Back to the anchors.
Thank you, Kent, for that helpful information. Congratulations to Toy Redding, Victoria Brown, and Margaret Lim for being named to the UCA Honors Wind Ensemble. Of 110 applicants, 51 Arkansas students were named to this honor. Congratulations. If you have not ordered your yearbook this year, visit www.jostensyearbooks.com to order yours today. Now, I'm sure you have all heard about the upcoming election. I talked to Ms. Joyner and some students to find out just how much they know and how it impacts our lives.
The government makes decisions regarding your education, not just in high school, but in college or technical schools. It also makes decisions regarding your health care. It makes decisions regarding your social life, what you can and what you can't do.
It covers a lot of issues like new laws being made and new people going into office, both local and nationally.
No, it doesn't only include who's going into office, but also if they're gonna do medical marijuana and stuff like that. Issues that we are facing.
When it comes to voting, involve yourself as soon as possible.
It's very important that students start now. Studies have shown the younger that a person gets involved in politics, the more likely they are to continue being active in politics in later life.
Very important for students of age to vote, whether you're 18, 19, 20.
If you aren't of age to vote this year, Ms. Joyner has some tips to help you in the future.
Students can stay involved by listening in class when issues are being discussed. Students can stay involved by watching the presidential debates. Students can stay involved by looking at the issues and the controversies that are out there on social media.
I'd say I'm pretty well informed, more informed than most people.
I think I'm more informed than I've ever been, just because, I mean, they're both two big people and they just clash heads a lot.
Lots of students agree their peers and family members often influence their decisions.
I think they do affect how I vote, especially with my parents, because my parents have a religious background. My dad used to be a preacher, and so it kind of affects how I view what would be best for our country.
They affect it pretty majorly because the way I vote is from a Christian standpoint versus the two candidates. That's how I would choose to vote in this election.
When you see someone every day, their opinions tend to influence yours.
Ms. Joyner stresses to you all that making an effort makes a difference.
There's lots of ways for students to stay involved. They just have to want to do it.
Now let's go over to Lauren Smith with a local weather update.
Good morning, Searcy High School. I'm Lauren Smith here with your updated weather forecast. Today we will have a high of 82 with a 20% chance of rain. Your winds will be going north at 8 miles per hour with the humidity at 75%. Your sun rose this morning at 7:30. Tonight you'll have a low of 54 with the partly cloudy skies and 20% chance of rain. Your winds will be going north-northeast at 9 miles per hour with your humidity at 85%. Your sun will set at 6:09 tonight. Let's look at the forecast. On Friday we'll have sunny skies, high of 75, low of 45 with a 0% chance of rain. On Saturday we will have cloudy skies for the rest of the week, high of 71 and a low of 45 with another 0% chance of rain. On Sunday we will have another high of 75 with a low of 47. On Monday another high of 75 with a low of 50. And on Tuesday we will have a high of 74 and a low of 52 with a 0% chance of rain. That's all the weather updates I have for you today. Enjoy your long weekend, Searcy, but be safe. Back to the news desk.
Thank you, Lauren, for that updated forecast. Now we're going to throw it over to Jaden Jackson for our Lion Sports updates.
Gear up, Searcy. It's time for some football. Tonight's match is between Little Rock Hall and your hometown heroes, your Searcy Lions. We were able to catch up with cornerback Jackson Hall to get his thoughts on tonight's game and how they can improve from last week's loss.
Well, the defense didn't play too well last game, and the offense scored a lot of points. So I think this week we need to change the defense up a little bit. We've moved some guys around, so hopefully the defense can step up and help out our offense. Watching a lot of film and just envisioning myself making big plays, that's really fun to do for a game, and just trying to get focused. Well, it is my last year, and I'm going to miss it a lot. I've made some great relationships over the years that I wouldn't have made if it wasn't for football, so it's been great, and I'm really going to miss it next year.
The game will kick off at 7 in Little Rock. Go out and support your Searcy Lions. Bowling tryouts will be next week, and you can see Coach Leonard for more information. Game 6 of the World Series was on Tuesday. The Cubs dominated the Indians 9-3. Chris Bryant hit a 2-run home run, and Addison Russell hit a grand slam. Game 7 was last night, but we don't have the scores for that yet. And your 5-3 Razorbacks will take on the 10th-ranked Florida Gators Saturday at 2:30 in Fayetteville. Arkansas is a 9.5-point underdog, so make sure to root on the Hogs. Well, Searcy, that's all I have today for sports. Back to you, Lexi.
Thank you, Jaden, and we hope to see you all at tonight's game at Little Rock Hall. A friendly reminder, there is no school tomorrow. Well, Searcy, that's all we have for today's show. Make sure you visit our Facebook and Twitter page and follow us at Searcy High Lion TV. Don't forget, you can always find our previous shows by visiting our Lion Press page and following the link to our shows. Until next week, Searcy, I'm Lexi Green, and we will see you next time.